Who was your favourite player growing up? Um, I always remember watching Sam Burgess when I were growing up, whether it be in games or I always remember watching his YouTube documentary. It were called Slamming Sam. I don't know if it's still on there, but it kind of give you a background into his life and how he became a first team player, and I just found it really inspiring. So yeah, Sam Burgess were probably my favourite player. The best thing about rugby league, um, I'd probably say the fans. Because I remember my first time going out at Headingley in the Rob Borough game to a full packed Headingley, and all the fans were cheering, and we ran over to the South Stand and were clapping them. And I just don't think you get any better feeling than that. Knowing that all the fans are behind you and supporting you. Would you rather have roller skate for feet or scissors for hands? It's a weird one, but um, probably roller skate for feet. You'd be able to get around faster, wouldn't you? What advice would you give an aspiring player? It's a hard one. I'd still class myself as an aspiring player. I've got a lot of things to work on and things to do, but I'd probably say always be the hardest worker. That can never get you too, never be too bad for you. Always be willing to do something if someone asks it. Be that player what'll go the extra mile for your teammates. Who is my best friend in the Leeds team? I'd probably have to go for Liam Tyndall and probably Corey Hall. I spend the most time with them. We're in the same little groups because we're, call us young players. So yeah, probably them two. What is my biggest memory from the first training session? I always just remember walking into the change rooms and seeing, famous faces and thinking, wow, I just kind of pinch myself that I were there. That would probably the scariest thing for me to do, walking into the changing rooms and speaking to them. But another thing, which is not from my first training session, but it's from my first week of training, we do a drill called Tunnel of Love in this combat sessions. And I remember, so you have to run straight at him. And I had Callum Watkins tackling me, and I run at him as hard as I could. And I had a tackle bag. And I remember coughing up blood after that. And that's always stuck with me. I had a tackle bag there, and he's still doing that. So yeah, I've remembered that, not to run at him. If you didn't play rugby, what would you do? Well, I'm starting uni in September, so I'm going on a sport marketing course. So that's something that I'm looking to do in the future. And obviously, everyone always says it's important to have a backup career, because rugby's not forever, and Leeds are really supportive with that. So yeah. What's the worst thing about training? Um, Probably pre-season. You've just had 8 weeks off and you come back into it and you're getting flogged. But yeah, it's always good to get a good pre-season under your belt, but the conditioning's not good what comes with it. Who is the funniest teammate? He's unbeaten, isn't he? I think you all know it is as well. Connie. Some of the things he does, you don't know what he's gonna do, but everything he does is funny.